So welcome back to our new business development ideas. We're going to talk about several different ideas for a new business, and then we're going to try to get everybody to propose your own ideas. Here is the first of just several different business pitches. A little bit of information from our students. Do we have any volunteers to start with?
Let me
Okay. Do you have anything special you'd like to show or pictures you'd like to show? I've made you co-host so you can open your screen if you want.
actually, I only have paperwork, so I will talk in
Just
my.
talk. And
Yeah.
did you say that somebody else wants to talk with you? You have a partner that also wants to talk?
Yeah,
Anybody
but like she already informed our general ideas at first, like the Miss Uyên, Lâm Ngọc, I Uyên there.
Okay.
So I will be the one to talk a little bit more about the details.
All right.
So
Go ahead.
our business plan is like to rebrand and reopening the Burger Kings, because like since it's joined Vietnam in 2012, and it was estimated to have like 60 stores in Vietnam in 4 years. However, like they only reached about 17 stores in 2001, and there is one particular areas that we want to develop Burger King again is Cần Thơ. Like it only opened like for 3 to 4 years and already closed already, and we want to reopening it. And one of the reason that the Burger King branch in Cần Thơ failed is because of the appeal of bánh mì. Like it was the like not directly, but like that indirectly contribute to the failure of the sales and profit of Burger King. So because as back then I use SWOT analysis to point out the threat and the weaknesses of Burger King. Is that about the weaknesses? Like one of the first thing is they have meet some difficulties in find a place to operating their business, because the rent and the place was really hard to find, and the rent is really high. The second one is they cannot compete the price with other brands like KFC or Lotteria, and especially their opponents is Jollibee. And the final weakness is about the taste and the cuisine. People in Vietnam tend not really into burger much. Yeah, and their threat is obviously is the street foods and some competitors in the same market. So in order to resurrect our stores, I have some steps. Is to reopening the Cần Thơ. Is the first one is choose a place as first, because as you know, the first problem of being failure of Burger King in Cần Thơ is places. And the second step is to negotiate and negotiate for the material to create the food, and appeal to fund and associate with like investors. The third one is we want to focus is advertising campaigns, because as you know, Jollibee and KFC was joining the market first, so we have to build advertising campaigns really more distinctive. And the fourth step is the reopening impression. Like when you rejoin the place again, you have to like show that what you have to be new in the future. And the last step is like to monitor and adjusting our problem during the reopening.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I had I do a little bit of SWOT analysis about our strength and opportunity too. About the strength is like, as you know, Burger King is a really strong, recognized brand. So we have a little bit of advantage to with other brands. And the second strength is like, also, you know, that we provide with quick services. We used to have the campaigns that only serve in 3 minutes burgers. And other thing is our opportunities is recently, like companies like Raps and Baymin, they have already collapsed with the already developed. So their delivery service will be a great contribution to our to promote our food. And finally is the 4.0 era, which applying the technology in order to reduce the difficulties in the accessibility of the customers. Yes, that's our idea.
Thank you very much. That was a great start. You might have challenges revising it before you make your perfect plan. So good. Thank you.
Yes, because I make ways to give recommendations.
Okay. Good. Thanks. Again, before we get into questions or remembering some details, I'd like to get maybe one more group to present your ideas, and then we can perhaps take our lunch and then come back and remember. Let's just talk about what were the new businesses we just heard, what's good about them, what's bad about them, start analyzing them with the SWOT analysis as they said. So do we have a volunteer for the next group?
Yes, group 4.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. We put something on PowerPoint.
So you are with which, can you say hello again so I can track which student you're?
It's me,
to share?
Long.
Professor,
okay.
I think the student can share the screen now because I set it.
Okay, you can definitely share your screen. Yes, thank you.
Yes, this is what come here. So to come up with the idea, we talk together and we think like what we really want to do. So on 3 people in our group, we love to eat, we love food, and we love to interact with other people. We love to make new friends. We love to invest our money on something, and we love to be active. So why not a restaurant? And we come up with the analysis of each persons in the group. And when we see all of things like this and group together, we see restaurant is the best options first, with the experience, characteristics, skills, and connections. So we go through the to see what happening outside when we go talking about the food in Vietnam. See the CNN travel is the other post about the Vietnamese cuisines, and this one also the Obama with the bún chả in Hanoi. So it makes the Vietnamese cuisine one of the most popular in the US. You know, we meet the Thai people in that after Obama visits Hanoi in 2018. So we come up. We will serve the Vietnamese food for the tourists visiting Hanoi and maybe Ho Chi Minh City later when the Hanoi branch is okay. And our customer will be the travel agents, the direct walk-in, and the corporation, the corp. Something like some for the corp business will be someone like you, Dr. Watts, the foreigners working in Vietnam. Our unique selling point is we're selling the food and the culture, not just at the food. And the guests can customize the set menu, and it will be clean and healthy. That's all for our idea.
Thank you very much. So we have 15 minutes before lunch starts, but I'd like to just start with just a general review of what we saw, and more specifically, what part of a business plan do you think it was? If you are going to make a list, for example, the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or a marketing analysis, or a marketing plan, or a financial plan, or one thing that I notice a lot of people have challenges with is identifying exactly what is your product and how it's different than some other product. So I'd like to start hearing from you that idea about the beards and the lights. What was that business? What did you hear? Can I get anybody to just identify a part of the business and identify what is the main part of a business plan that you might have seen something or heard something, and then maybe what is another main part of a business plan that you think was missing from their talk? Anybody? Any volunteers?
The two clips you show us.
I hear somebody speaking, but you're speaking really quietly. It might help if you speak directly into your microphone.
Okay, you want us to talk about the meaning of business plan about the
Sure.
two videos that you show us?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, about the beer things is the idea was really new because no one has ever come up with the idea to get the light to attach to your beard, and it's also bring the things that about the beer that the beer brings to us is about the cultural of or the atmosphere of the Christmas. That's why it's attract a lot of customers to like especially about families, about dads want to invest with their kids and also their neighborhoods about Christmas, which is really sacred events for the US people.
And Canadians, yes.
Yeah, and Canadians, yes.
I saw many people in Vietnam doing it too. So that was the first presentation was a little bit more than 5 minutes. Your talk was about 4 minutes and 43 seconds. That's a good way to start. Thank you. Any other person want to try to comment on those first business plan presentations? What did you hear and what maybe is missing?
Any question? I will answer.
Okay.
It's our presentation, so I'm ready to give answer.
No volunteers? Do I need to select somebody? Maybe Tom, you can...
I really want to know about how you guys, work groups, how you guys can plan a step by step to implement the business plan. Do you have any steps in idea how you to do first, and what is the next step and next step?
The first group or the second group about the Burger Kings?
Okay, you can go ahead. Yes, I mean the questions for both of you.
Oh, about Burger Kings, I already talked a little bit about the step, but it's really not. It's just some generals because the process of reopening is really really hard for us because the orders already failed once, so we have to come back with something new. So we start with the the reason why they fail is the place for the business working, and the second is about the price and the cuisine. So we have to research about place first because the rent is really high nowadays. And the second thing is about the cuisine, which Vietnamese people really not into burgers. Yeah, so we have to maybe adjust the menus to fit with the taste of Vietnamese. So and our second step is that about how to get the raw material to recreate our food, because when you use the foreign, it will cost more about the tariff like import and export taxes. So maybe use the national ingredients will be more profit. Yeah. Also, we have to, because I consider myself is like only a small investor, so we have to like associate or appeal to fund with other large investors, like using the Shark Tank show or something like that. And the third step I want to talk is about the advertising campaigns, because as you know, the file of customer we want to aim is kids. So instead of using like just image of burgers, and we already like insult like Vietnamese, because we back then, once we promote with the picture of people who using chopstick to eat burgers, and it really insult our people. So we have to change that, definitely. Like using pictures to attract kids, like Jollibee, they're using the bees, the image of the bees to attract. So yeah, and the fourth step is like when we reopening the store, we have to like create a good impression. Like you could go to the university to present like yeah, we already have some reopening event, we have sales, we have like promotion and combos. It will be more effective. And the last one is the part for the future. During the operating, we will face some problems against like the others back then, like about the cuisine. I will choose the last step to adjust the menus and create more ideas about promotion. Yes.
Great, thank you. What I'm trying to do now is just get people to start making an analysis of the businesses we've heard presented. I just want to get people into the frame of mind and start thinking about, okay, here's something they talked about, but the other group didn't talk about it. And here's something the other group talked about, but that first group did not talk about. So I don't need anybody to get into depth of any individual plan. I just want you to start thinking about, what are some people talking about? What is the general idea? So don't go into great detail now. The more you go into great detail with your business plan now, the harder it will be to do this assignment. So is there somebody that can talk to me about that Jolly Beard presentation? Any volunteer to analyze, what did they talk about? What did they forget to talk about?
I think for the Burger King, I think it should be Burger King for Mr. Tianan.
Yeah, it's Burger King. Can you hear me? It's about Burger King.
Yes, we heard
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me remind you, stop talking about Burger King, because you are going to give them a headache if they know everything now, because you have to make a presentation that will have many mistakes. So let's just analyze the two presentations about something else. Anybody remember, what did we hear about Zona Games?
The Zona game, I think he keep talking about what is inspiration. and what is the aim? He aim to what is the target market, and what is the distribution channel, so where he will put his game to. And we don't see he's been talking anything about the profit or the money revenue or stuff
So
like just close
that
friends.
he's missing that.
Yes, and
Okay.
I think the plan for the future is just want to satisfy their interest, want to make his own game, but he doesn't really think in the future what he can make for the customer.
Okay. How about Tuan Tham? Can you comment about either the Zona Games or the Jolly Beard? Not Jolly Bee, that beard that had the lights.
To me, the Zona, I don't know. I don't like the idea that much. I feel like the old generation want to have the glimpse of their like their childhood. It's playing on like the console itself. You know, not playing on the computer like the guys show up like that. That they actually want to what do you call it, collect those machines like Nintendo and old machine just to have that glimpse. Like if I want to play computer, I'll play a brand new AAA title game. I don't want to play that. You know, those they just when you want to bring something back to your childhood, your memory, you want to literally copy exactly the same. That's not gonna work for me, to be honest. Like if you try to tell me, okay, this like exactly Nintendo 64 back in the day, I'll turn it down. I'm like, no, I'm not. I want the real thing, the whole console. Yeah, that's my take on the Zona.
Okay, so personally, it's not a match for your interests. Okay, good. Anybody else have another comment to talk about?
Okay, I have a comment for the first video.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I can't speak out loud because I office for now. Okay, but I have comment for the first video because I think it's impressive. It's a strong idea, and that's why they can develop fast in the market, and it's very successful. And so, first thing, they show the strong idea. It's impressive idea, and second thing, they show the how it can develop business and also how cash flow is work. And I think it's impressive for the shark, but I think it's a here for us another thing how protect the idea because some company can imitate or benchmark the product, and so how it's make different, but how we can protect it. And I think it's he lacks the information about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my idea.
Good. Good. Thank you.
You come.
Anybody else have some other comments?
Yeah, I have comments about our own, own presentation. Like I watched.
Then don't talk about it yet.
Yeah. I'm not talking about like I only compare with the Zona games and
The more you and okay, you can if you want, but passing this course may be more difficult for you because
Okay,
the
then.
more you think about it now, the more advanced your business plan is going to be, and you have to start by writing down something that is not well organized, not well thought out. If you think about it and analyze it a lot now, even problems or good things or what something else is good, then your idea is going to be developed. It's going to be good and hard to change.
Okay. Then I'll stop because I just.
What about talking about either the Zona games or beard lights?
Yeah, about that I just want like about the idea of the Zona games. He like Thuận Phạm, Mr. Thuận said they only talk about their how they're operating the company. Like the first one, Matthew will create the game, and the other one will adjust the game, but not how they like receive the customer feedbacks, like to change their games to fit everyone.
Yes, good. The customer feedback is absolutely critical. You have to make sure that you're doing that. Okay, good.
And
Anybody else?
I like it for the beer the business, you know, it's fun because it's kind of a culture. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. During Christmas, people are supposed to enjoy it and they make fun, and everyone is, everyone is very into it. And even, he found the suppliers with very good cost. And I am very impressed with the sales. He didn't spend, he spent zero, money for the marketing, but he got a lot of sales. So it's kind of like the tactics. We need to learn from it. So it's not, digital engineer, but you know how to get the customer directly. He didn't spend any money for the marketing. Yes. So the numbers for sale is, remarkably for me. So impressive.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's time for a lunch break, as I understand. And what the overall plan is during our break, I want you guys to think about making your presentation and try to remember to present most of what either the customer needs or an investor needs, specifically an investor. Are you talking about the marketing? Are you talking about the competitive strategy? Are you talking about the size of the market? Are you talking about, did the customers show you there was enough people that wanted your games or whatever your product? So start thinking about those things and start preparing to present, so everybody can present some part of your project before we move on and start looking at a real detailed business plan today. So thank you for that. I'm going to stop the